activity, it's just quick activity. I think you guys did it already, but for me, if you could just quickly shout out where everyone is like from on the count of 5, so like your background, you know, where you're from. Like I'm from Jamaica, so you know, I want to hear some like Jamaica, Trinity, Vincy, all of the like, you know, the good countries and everything. So on the count of 5, I'm gonna get this on Instagram to us. Social media guys, come on. So on the count of, when I get 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Got it!
Excellent. So now that I have your attention, a little perseverance, I failed to get into Ryerson 2 times. Yeah, 2 times I failed to get in. The first time was not an indicator of my ability, but just a lack of effort. You know, growing up, young male, you don't care, focus on girls, bubbling, all of this, you know? But I realized the magnitude of it, and it's a wake-up call. I ended up taking a few courses at the University of the West Indies, and I used it to boost my application. The second time I applied, I got into part-time. Still not good enough, but you know, there's a small chance of me getting into full-time. So I said, okay, I'm going to work the hardest that I could ever, so that no one can tell me that I'm not going to get a spot in there. I worked my ass off. Sorry with the language. I was the first person to actually get switched over from part-time to full-time in that year. I got in full-time and never looked back. With that mindset I used it as a benchmark for the rest of my university career. I was on the dean's list for the next 4 years of my program. I graduated with honors, the only Caribbean male in my program that year to graduate with honors. Ladies, you keep passing us. Gentlemen, we gotta step this up, come on. But you would think that with all this success in academics, I'd be like a shoo-in for my MBA. Well, I didn't get into my MBA, but that's because once again, I wasn't passionate about it. I decided, okay, let's take a side step. What am I gonna do? So I got into my Master's of Science in Management. And I said, you know what, that's a different path I want to take, and I can contribute to the information technology management healthcare system in Canada. So this allowed me to get a scholarship. I published my thesis, co-authored another published article, and finished my program early, all while maintaining captaincy of the soccer team, being a mentor to many students, contributing over 200 hours of volunteering. I did these things for myself, but most importantly, I did it for my family. My family is also here with me on this table. My mom and my aunt. My mom is So, I wanted my mom to be able to speak about me with pride. The role of family was key in perseverance. I know a lot of you know that feeling when your parents look at you with this beaming pride, and it kind of just warms your heart. You're like, I always want to give them that feeling again. So, all my sacrifices, I did to show my mom that this was what she had taught me. You know, this was my way of paying her back and showing that I will persevere, and she's the one who raised me this way. Many of you may have known me for my role in soccer. That's what kind of goes on my Instagram and being published about me. But it's something that I hold dear to my heart. I have a great deal of love for it. I was always rough around the edges when I was playing soccer, and I knew my worth on the team. It was my dream to play university soccer, but for those of you who don't know the story, it became my biggest life testament. For 3 years in a row, I was once again told no. Tried to make the team, there's the same old excuse every time. Just not good enough. I was in my first year, they were like, we'd take you, but you're in your second, and then I was in my third, they're like, no, if you're in your first, I was like, why are you guys telling me this? Like, you don't know my plans. I could be doing my master's, I could do my PhD, you don't know how long I'm gonna be here. Anyways, I decided, you know what, I'm not gonna take that no for an answer, so I kept going. Funny enough, what improved my talent was I found a team called GS United. GS United, for those of you who don't know, is a team mostly filled with people from Scarborough, and usually they're mostly Caribbean. No one believed me I was Jamaican, by the way. Everyone thought I was Trini. I was told no again in 2013. I didn't think of myself as a failure, although I did go home and cry. After being told no, I decided, I'd given my all, and I was going to move on with my life. A week later, I was sleeping, and I got a call from Dr. Ivan Joseph, the former athletic director and the soccer head coach. He was asking me to come play a game for him. So I said, you know what? Okay, cool. It's maybe my last chance again. One more chance, you never know. I'm gonna give it my all. Who knows what may happen? We played a game, we lost, but I was the MVP. And he extended my trial. I eventually made the team, and my dream was achieved. My first year on the team, we finished undefeated, the best finishing program in history, and to me this was a show of my ability to persevere, and that was definitely tied to my ability to outwork everyone else. I wasn't going to stop there though. I wanted to do the best that I could do and keep improving the atmosphere of Arsenal. Dr. Ivan Joseph told me an amazing quote: "Leave the place better than you found it." Just remember that one. Leave the place better than you found it. You'll always work hard if you try to better somewhere. I wanted to inspire others and achieve things no one else had done before. And then now we also developed a documentary on me called Castro Chances. You can see it on YouTube or in my Instagram bio. Toss a like, I'll follow back. Don't worry. But I wanted to paint the best picture for myself and for my team and for my school. Right? Here I was, a young man from a small island in the Caribbean, approximately 2.9 million people, who became one of the most distinguished all-around athletes at Ryerson University. Sorry, I'm like recording this. You gotta laugh a little bit, So the second piece I wanted to talk to you about was ensuring that I outworked everyone and how important the Caribbean pride and mentality was to me. This essentially translates to hard work. Many of my successes are a result of work ethic. My high school's motto was "Age Qualigis," which is whatever you do, do your best. I was the hardest worker on and off the field. No one could ever look me in the face and say I'm not a hard worker, and I took pride in that. I was always the first to practice and the last to leave. I made sure to outwork everyone, and I wanted to achieve anything, and I knew that hard work was imperative. I learned about the value of hard work while growing up in Jamaica. Growing up and seeing all of these people work tireless hours to provide for their family opened my eyes to what exactly it meant to be. Our people are so resilient, and that stems from our past, but it's helped to pave the way for the future. With our islands being so small, we have achieved many great things in the world. We continuously stamp our mark on it, in music, in dance, in the arts, in sports, whatever you name it. I wanted to leave my mark on Ryerson. I wanted to be a Caribbean. When I watched footage of my previous games, I would always hear the commentators say, "Kyle Stewart, the Kingston from Kingston, Jamaica." Or Kyle Stewart, the rock-steady defender from Jamaica. Like, okay, I felt like I stood out, And I was like, okay, any opponent that watches this, I'm like, okay, you're gonna get crunched by Jamaican guys, and they know I'm coming in heavy. So being from the Caribbean, we're seen as physically strong. Every person I played against, I made sure they knew what it meant to play against a Caribbean person. And this is why my coach called me the Beast as well. So off the pitch, my Caribbean mentality of being relaxed, friendly, and positive made it easy for others to always interact with me. This made organizing things simpler and more efficient. And I know people always make jokes about Caribbean people having multiple jobs. Well, I was definitely one of those persons. I did it all at Ryerson. And this allowed me to make many friends across the board, from the main focus teams such as basketball, hockey, and volleyball, to the maybe not so much loving sports as fencing, figure skating, and badminton. I also learned that once I gave my best, there was nothing more I could do, and that gave me peace. Sometimes we come along hiccups in life, and once you know that you give your best, I feel like you should let that pass, because that's all you can do. Some things don't work initially, and it might just be it's a different path for you, or you're not ready for this opportunity, and that's okay. You have to agree with yourself that sometimes that's just okay. We are focused on wanting things immediately. That's just our generation. or exactly when we think it should happen. I deserve this now. But sometimes we have to remember, it's definitely about time. It's not always the right time for you, and that's okay. I know for sure if I made the team in my first year, I would have not taken the same journey I did, and I would have not ended up where I am right now. I'm very happy about where I am right now, and I'm very thankful for having that patience. My last point is, no one succeeds alone. And this leads me to finding positive mentors. So, going out and finding and recruiting these mentors, finding people who look like you, sound like you, and think like you. It's very important because it will nurture the environment that you're in. I wanted to quickly talk about our other two guest speakers, Dr. Camille Hernandez and Marlon Palmer. Dr. Hernandez, I was your student before an introduction to the Caribbean, CRB 100. It was quite fun being instructed by a strong, confident Caribbean woman who carried herself with such authority and grace. I felt so proud to be in your class, and it actually motivated me to work even harder. I don't know, but I'll share this story anyways. One night I was out with my teammates at apartment 200, for those who know it. I may have had a little bit to drink, as some of you might have as well tonight. I saw her Marlon, and I was like, I recognized him, and I quickly looked at my phone, and I walked over and I was like, hey, are you Marlon? He said, yeah. And he was like really chill about it. He didn't act like a celebrity or anything. I didn't like push me aside. He's like, treated me with grace and respect. And I was like, wow, this guy makes me feel proud to be in the Caribbean because he was just so welcoming. I was happy to have had that experience, and it made me feel proud of where I came from. And I'm not sure what it made for you guys, but it reminded me that I must carry myself with grace because you never know who you might affect and who might be watching. I think there are many examples of positive mentors that derive from the Caribbean that molded me into who I am. We had a few in our team. Dr. Ivan Joseph, who is of Guyanese descent, he was the athletic director and now vice provost for student affairs at Dalhousie. The late Raymond G. Chang, who is a family friend of mine, he's the one who the Chang School is named after, and he's of Chinese Jamaican descent. These people held positions of great power and created a pathway for us to follow. If they could do it, so could we. I want you guys all to remember that. Don't think just because from these small ends we can't accomplish these things. If they can do it, so could we. Most importantly, my own family, my mother and my aunt, raised me today, worked the hardest I've ever seen to provide for their families and push the barriers that Caribbean Black women face on a daily basis. This is one of the things that make me proud. And definitely Seth as a great mentor. Nextly, the players at JS United were all Caribbean players, and they helped boost my confidence.